computer. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Frank Presents the Play Call. It's been a week. It's been 3 weeks since we back on here. We're gonna cover some stuff, some off the topic stuff, because Bree did a good job putting stuff down. But there's some things in my mind that I couldn't put down. I didn't know how to elaborate on it, so we're gonna wait to get to it. But Bree, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? You know, it's hot as hell out here in Bakersfield. So this is my gate code.
June, how you doing?
I'm doing amazing here in rainfall Jacksonville. Good Lord, man. It's been pouring every day. You can't even wash your car unless you got a garage. Hey, don't even take your car out. Just take it out, put it right back in, because this rain is ridiculous out here.
Bro, how hot is it down there? It's hot as hell up here in Virginia.
It's not that hot, man. It's more humid than anything. It's more humid than anything, but it's not too bad. I was hoping it would be hot, so when I go to Orlando, like to Universal and stuff, I can enjoy the stuff. But it's more humid.
Bro, it's 80 degrees in my upstairs. And that's AC sounds 70. It's just going to take over 2 hours to cool off.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
I'm sweating. Hey, Toby, what's up, buddy?
Toby, what's up, cuz?
I would let my dogs up here so they can come say hi, but Luna don't know how to act, and Trey and Brooklyn, they just scared of Luna. All right, well, Bree, let's go ahead and take it away. Let's start.
Okay. Toby knows when I'm letting someone in the gate, like my door dashes, because when I click on like the thing, he runs to the door. He's ran to the door, came back, and he's crying because he knows like. All right, so first, it's what's being talked about right now, and the news is Brandon Aiyuk requested a trade from the 49ers. The Patriots tried to trade for him as well. Also, the Steelers was trying to trade for him, and the 49ers kept saying no prior to the trade. So those are like the two main teams right now that are trying to get Brandon Aiyuk. How do you guys feel about him requesting a trade, and where do you think he'll end up?
You want to go first, June?
Yeah, sure. I think I almost want to say that we're back at square one. I think this thing started like this a while back with his whole drama and everything like that. And we kind of touched up on it before. But at the same time, it's almost like giving like listeners and fans false hope on, oh, yeah, he is going to resign with the 49ers or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, he's sitting now right back on hey, I want to request a trade. Why? I don't know. The details will probably unfold as the week goes. And if he does get traded, you know what? He requested a trade. It didn't work out with the 49ers. I think he'll probably end up landing, depending on his preference. He could land at a team that needs a wide receiver, like the New York Giants, like the Chargers, right? I highly think that he may end up in the Chargers. I think that's a great possibility for that team, given the fact they lost Keenan
and Mike Williams, I think.
Yeah, so I would say the Chargers.
So the problem with him is that he wants top dollar. The 49ers are in a tough spot because they paid Debo, they paid Bosa, and they extended McCaffrey. I think they paid Trent Williams. What that tells me is the 49ers are saying we're fine without you. Right? I think if he wants to win a Super Bowl, he can either stay there or go somewhere else that's a contender. But me personally, I don't think that the 49ers need him. I don't think they need him. Because
you don't think they need him, even because Debo, to me, when he gets hurt, he's out for like a game or two. And I think that takes a good toll on that offense.
It did. And when Debo went out, they lost like 3 games in a row, remember?
Mm.
So Aiyuk didn't do nothing for them. They just signed Jawan. So
No,
long
yeah.
do.
But don't also remember, like, the day after they lost the Super Bowl, Aiyuk's brother tweeted, like, yeah, we're getting out of here.
Because he wasn't. Look, the last few years, he's had over 1,000 yards. His first 2 seasons, 750, 748, 826. He's averaged 5, 5, 8, and 7 in touchdowns, 25 touchdowns. So in 4 years, that's a little bit over 5. I'm not saying he's a bad wide receiver. I think, like you said, he goes to another team, he could be more valuable than he is there. You already know he's not the main piece of the 49ers. Not only that, who's going to get paid?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, but I also think that, he's also a really, really good wide receiver at the same time. He's just not the wide receiver one.
No. So
and who's pay him depends on what team has cap spaces available, like us. But where I think he's gonna go is Washington with his bestie, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels has been went with him to the Pivot podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels went with him to talk to the 49ers. Like, first of all, rookie, you are a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
And why are you in a meeting with his organization that has nothing to do with you? And you're not on that team. Now, if I was the Commanders, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Well, what team I think you should go to? Obviously, Steelers and Patriots reached out. I thought, if anything, they would send him to an AFC team because they don't have to see him. They'll be out of the conference. However, June, you said the Chargers, man. And I wasn't thinking about the Chargers, but I don't know their cap space, like Bree said. So I don't know if they have the money for him. But at this point, if see, the thing is, I think these players need to be smarter. Okay? And on Speak, they're like, oh, this is his first big contract, re-up. He should go for the money. Not me. I'm going to go where I could win. Because let's say he goes on a 1-year deal, kind of like, who was the wide receiver that went on a 1-year deal and it didn't matter? If they won, they won. If they didn't, he leaves the next year. I forgot who it was.
For what team?
OBJ?
It probably was OBJ, but I don't think so. But
because OBJ already has a ring.
Yeah, and they
I
won.
think he's the only wide receiver that has done it in a hot minute.
So my thing is, if I'm Brandon Aiyuk, I say, you know what? Either I'm gonna play out this year, and then next year you could, go for the bag. Because if you win this year, y'all win the Super Bowl this year, now you can make your claim for whatever you want. We've seen less wide receivers get paid after winning the Super Bowl. Or go to another team. Now, Bree, you keep saying the Commanders was there because of the fact that he keeps putting Jaden Daniels out. If I'm the 49ers, send him over there. Because we don't know what Jaden Daniels is going to be as a professional. We know what he was in college, but we don't know what he's going to be in the NFL. And we, for a lot of us, the Commanders might be a sleeper team, but we don't really expect them to do a great big deal of things this year.
They made a lot of moves this offseason, I'll tell you that.
They did, but now the problem is, and here's the other side, right? So I'm arguing myself here. You tie up Aiyuk with Terry McLaughlin, whatever his name is.
And don't forget they have Austin Eckler.
And they have Austin Eckler. Now you got a problem.
And they just beefed up their line.
So I don't know. I don't want to say not to go there. I think Chargers be good. I think Commanders is definitely a spot where he'll go because he has been bringing Jaden Downs with him.
Everywhere.
I don't know.
But I don't know if that's like a because that also can kind of low-key be like a tampering situation to where the Commanders are telling, like, they're having secret conversations and the Commanders are like, oh yeah, go with him to this meeting with the 49ers. Go with him on this podcast, regardless if they're friends or not, you see a lot of people who are best friends on opposite teams, but they're not. If they're not on that team or associated with that organization, they're not butting in their business. So it could be a tampering thing too.
But do the 49ers need him?
No. But who are they going to have as a wide receiver? Yes, I do. Because who are they going to have as a wide receiver too?
Well, the thing is they hit on the draft a lot. They got a new receiver in the draft. They got Jawan Jennings
from Florida State.
And they got Jawan Jennings. They got Christian McCaffrey. They got Kittle.
They got a wide receiver from Florida State. They're great. They don't need them. They're great. They got a wide receiver.
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think they need him. I don't think that's the problem. The 49ers have lost 2 Super Bowls to the Chiefs, and they've been up by double digits. That's not an offensive problem. That's a defensive problem. You know what I'm saying? The defense has allowed Patrick Mahomes and his Chiefs to come back twice in the Super Bowl from double digits. That's not an offense.
No.
It's not an offense. I think, look, me personally, Frank, I get it. Is a lot of money at stake. He wants $30 million. His numbers are not Jay Jetta's numbers.
Or his numbers aren't Amon-Ra St. Brown numbers.
No. So in 4 years, he has 31 yards and 25 touchdowns. So let's look at Justin Jefferson.
Frank, at the end of the day, the 49ers don't need him. Like I stated, they got a wide receiver from Florida State. They are great. They're gravy.
So we said
anybody who comes out of Florida State, they're successful. We're good. They don't need.
So let's say 4,000 yards, right? Let's say just give him 4,000 yards in 4 years.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson in the same 4 years has 5,899 yards and 30 touchdowns.
But the problem is that Brandon Aiyuk wants to be a wide receiver 1 anywhere. So now we have to look at teams that are in need of a wide receiver 1. Terry McLaurin, he's already the wide receiver 1 that already proved himself over in Washington. They're not going to give up his spot.
No.
Then, you know,
big ass
so
contract.
you got Terry McLaurin. He's already the wide receiver 1. So Aiyuk's going to have to be a wide receiver 2. Then you have GP, you know, he's waited 2 years to be the wide receiver 1 at Pittsburgh Steelers. You already know he's going to fucking throw a hissy fit if he don't get that wide receiver 1 spot that he's been waiting for. The Chargers, they need a wide receiver 1. I feel like that would be the best fit for him, being that they just got rid of their best weapons. They did. So I think that would be, imagine him and Jay Herbo. Because Aiyuk is a good wide receiver.
No, he is.
And I think he has capabilities of being a wide receiver 1. He just couldn't shine like that on a team like the 49ers that is completely stocked all the way around.
Yo, so St. Brown in 3 years, has basically the same amount of yardage than he has. They got 35. He has 35.88 in 3 years with 21 touchdowns. That's why they paid him what they paid him. That's what I'm saying. You gotta know your place, bro. You gotta know your place. And I understand Debo and Christian McCaffrey are like the 1-2 punch, right? Because you got a running back that can catch the ball out the backfield. You got a wide receiver that can run the ball out the backfield, and it gives you a lot of options. But you got to know where you at, man. Your numbers ain't screaming 30 mil a year. That's the problem with the NFL right now, is that it's not based on production and what you've done. It's based on, well, Bree made 30, June's making 35, well, Frank got to make 36, 37. Look at Trevor. Trevor got paid the same amount as...
For one playoff game.
Yeah, for as Joe Burrow, for one playoff game with the same numbers as...
Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes. As June likes to call him, Donnie. You know what I'm saying?
Donnie. Sorry, yeah, Donnie.
Really? The same numbers as Gardner Minshew, the guy they got rid of. They paid him 55 for what? Trevor hasn't done it. Despite all give him a wide receiver when he had it. Calvin Ridley, you haven't done it. So, you know, Aiyuk, look, stick to the wide receiver. You got to be your value. Your value got to be there. I say relax, play this season out, build your rapport up, get another 1,000 yards, and go from there, man. You're gonna break the bank later. Just because you don't get it right now doesn't mean you're gonna get. You're not gonna get later. You know.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I get what you're saying. I agree with that. I agree. All right. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
No, you said Gardner Minshew, man. I was just thinking, Gardner Minshew in New York wouldn't be a bad idea. I think he would outplay.
Giants?
Yeah, the Giants. I think he would outplay Donnie Jones all day.
Daniel.
I mean, I think he kind of proved himself to be Donnie Jones caliber in Indiana this past year.
Dude, his name is Daniel. Where are you getting Don from?
He hasn't proven himself to me yet.
I was just like that one year Deontay Johnson in 2020 was dropping everything, and then I just named him and just named him, called him number 18.
Mm-mm-mm. No, we'll see, man. Are you good luck
Yeah.
to you?
Sorry, it's a lot of tea going on right now.
It's not that we're not that far from the beginning of training camp, so you might want to figure life out.
All right, next topic that we have is Hard Knocks offseason New York Giants edition came out on July 2nd.
Mhm.
So the new episode episode 3 should have premiered today. And me and June watched the first 2 episodes. Nikki watched the first one with us, and then the second episode, me and June just watched that one. And it's actually really, I like the off-season Hard Knocks. Like, I do. I'll go first. I'll talk a little bit about it. So basically, it is what the Giants are doing this offseason. So it starts off with what happened once their season ended up until the Super Bowl. Then right after the Super Bowl, discussing what they need, players up for new contracts, players up for free agency, NFL draft, etc. So we meet their GM. I forgot his name, but Eli Manning Jr. Basically, he looks just like him. Do you think that too, June? I meant Frank.
He resembles him a little bit. I think it's Joe Schoen.
Joe Schoen.
He looks just like Eli. Looks like Eli Manning. So Eli Manning Jr. Joe. We get to hear these conversations that they're having. Now, Hard Knocks also gets a little messy in my perspective because you have the assistant sitting there while they're talking about Saquon, and he got his phone. Then when it's his time to talk, he turned his phone over. I'm like, oh, he's texting Saquon. He is texting Saquon.
Let me start rumors, Bree.
I said from my perspective. That's why I started off from my perspective, allegedly. Okay, so let me use the word allegedly so we don't get sued. So allegedly, in my perspective, it looks like he was texting Saquon because who else would keep their phone like this while they're talking about the man, texting him, and then when it's your turn to speak, you turn your phone over like you hiding something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So me and my perspective, he was being messy. I love it. I love the mess. I love drama. I love the tea. But no, we get a better inside scoop of what really goes down between the GM and the team during the off season. Now in episode 2, you get to the NFL Combine where you now have the head and you have Brian Dable, who is an offensive mastermind. And we've said it before, he's a great offensive coach. But him talking to those quarterbacks after the combine and the wide receivers as well, going through plays with them, asking them what would they do next and stuff, really gives you like a perspective of, wow, he knows what the hell he's talking about. And it was so magical to watch. To me, in my opinion, the GM is the second year as the GM, so he still has a lot of learning to do, especially with an organization like the Giants that are a troubled organization, as some would say, because they haven't been successful in a while. I think he's doing his best, but I think he needs more work.
Seeing that, I watched the 2 episodes because Pedro's watching them, and he said he doesn't normally watch them, but he said this year because of the Giants, he's watching it.
That's Pete?
Huh? Yeah, Pete. Yeah. So I was like, let me watch it in case we want to talk about it, as an off-season topic to discuss. It's kind of good. But what caught my eye, or caught my attention, I should say, was the whole issue with the Saquon phone call and stuff like that.
I didn't even touch on that because that
And then-
was
So
he
I
went
was at first I didn't really realize it until you watch it. You know, I was like, man, they did Saquon dirty and stuff. But I kind of see what they were doing, right? And I want people to understand that Saquon is a great quarterback when he's healthy.
a great running back.
Yeah, running back. Sorry, running back when he's healthy. He's probably second best in the league behind Christian McCaffrey when he's healthy. Problem is he hasn't been healthy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I kind of see what the GM was saying. Like, yo, listen, go out there, figure out what you got in the market. Whatever they offer you, at least let us try to match it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I think Saquon, like he said, what's up?
If you notice, when he talked to Saquon's agent right before he called Saquon,
Mm-hmm.
even though he said the same thing, it was two different type of conversations between the agent and Saquon by their answers. Yes, I understand. Hey, hold on 1 second.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
So the issue I have here is it's a business. It's a business. I felt the Eagles should have kept Swift. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Saquon's a downgrade to Swift because Swift is younger, durable. And every time he played and y'all ran the ball, it was successful with him. So why get rid of him? Because you didn't want to pay him.
I mean, they offered him a contract, but they didn't
Yeah.
want to pay him.
Yeah. So you bring, you know, so here's my thing. It's not that I don't like Saquon. I think Saquon's dope. I don't see nothing wrong with the GM telling him, yo, go test the market and come let me know what they say. It's a business. I see what he's saying. I'm not going to pay a $40 million a quarterback $40 million to hand the ball off to $18 million running back. Oh, hell no. I need to know if you can carry us. I'm paying you that money. So I'm going to let go of your best weapon, which is not a bad idea because if he gets injured again, you save. How much more time does he have left on his tires? You know what I'm saying? How much tread is left? I'm going to go get neighbors. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to see what you can do. Because they got to make a choice on him. They couldn't get rid of him this year because it would have ate up a lot of dead cap space. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was bad. I like what I'm seeing from them. I just want to see more, I guess. I was watching the receiver more than anything. But yeah, I like it. I mean, Dable's smart. And it's good to see the behind the scenes of what they put these quarterbacks through. You know what I'm saying? In that room, because you got to think about it. The quarterback is probably the hardest and most important position in sports. Because he touches the ball the most. He got to pick the plan. He got to read the defense. He got to slide the protection, all that stuff. And if you notice, when they start turning on these terminologies, bro, it's so much that they throw out you, like one zebra left, Foxtrot 5, Rodeo 65, around the corner with 69, and up Foxtrot 2. What? And all that, he got to remember, that slide your X to the Y to the A, whatever, you know, it becomes so much that they got to remember that shit. So, you know, it was interesting to see it, what he was throwing at these quarterbacks. And what I like about it, even at the end, with Daniels, he came back. He said, oh, he stopped to do mid-sentence, like, hey, what's that play I told you to run again? And he made the same mistake. He was like, F something. He was like, no, X. He was like, oh, yeah. He said, don't worry about it. We can fix that.
Yeah. I thought it was dope. He asked him why. Where does he feel? What does he bring to the table aside from his skills or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And then he stopped him or whatever when he started getting comfortable. He got comfortable with the answer, and then he stopped. I said, "That's dope."
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was dope. You know, get him comfortable. Let me see if you remember this.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's crazy, man? I hate to bring Navy into the shit, but it reminded me of DLCPO murder board. You know, they put all this shit on the board, bam, 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 bam. And then, 65% of that shit don't even matter.
No.
And then the other percent matters or whatever because now they talk about the realistic picture. Maybe that's the way that the plays work. I'm not sure, but
well, I think all the plays he asked them to draw up their favorite play. Remember, he's like, draw up your favorite play Put on the board.
Mhm.
And I think, or based off that, so let's just see what the quarterbacks react to. Because there's a lot that goes on there. You know, if you listen to Brady or a lot of these retired or even active quarterbacks that were nice to talk about it, when you at the line, you have to adjust that call. You know what I'm saying? And as you progress, there was a quarterback, I think it was McCarthy, that they said he had full control at the line. He can change the play at the line whenever he wanted to. That's big because you're giving the trust of the success of that play on a quarterback that doesn't have the experience like that. You know what I'm saying? To read the defense, know, and it's like he knows, like he said, okay, so what's this? What are you gonna do with this? Oh, I'm gonna throw a touchdown. Okay. And he smiled. He was like, I like that. So I think it was dope to see that aspect of it. Again, it's I don't really watch Hard Knocks. I watched it because you guys are watching it and Pete's watching it, so I can talk about it. But it was
Yes, and then yes, I didn't watch Receivers. Sorry, I came in late. I might have to step back away to talk to my chief and NC1 Pac-Man because like a lot of things are going down really bad, and we just lost Chief on the phone. So
No, you know, the thing about the Hard Knocks thing and the whole Barkley thing, I get
you
the
said
whole
Hard Knocks, not Receivers. My bad.
good. The whole thing was me trying to understand. Barkley sounded fed up on the phone. He sounded fed up. It sounded like I was telling Bree. I said, the conversation kind of went like there was no respect there in conversation. I'm talking to one of the biggest, one of the head personnel in the organization in the front office with the GM, and I'm sounding like nonchalant about it. Like I don't, yeah, like that would bother me. Like put some respect on my title or whatnot, regardless if Barkley's coming to the Eagles or not. I personally think whoever you're talking to, whenever it's somebody above you, my guy, that has somewhat control over your career, you always got to show that respect. Now, maybe Barkley was fed up and he didn't give a shit and he got his way. Now, with that being said, I'm turning the tables around. In my opinion, they let go of their best player. They let go of their best player, which means I think he was the player that ultimately was keeping that team relevant.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Danny Jones. It wasn't Slayton. It wasn't Waller. It wasn't whoever the hell is over there. And the other name that I could probably think about is Lawrence on the defensive aspect of things. Now, what's his name? Golly, good Lord, Sirianni. They asked Sirianni the other day. They were like, "What do you think about that conversation that transpired in Hard Knocks and how they try to downplay Barkley?" Sirianni said, "I don't do stuff like this. I'm just gonna say this. I took their best player."
Yeah.
Next question. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see how he operates or whatnot, and we'll see what the Giants does because at the end of the day, Donnie Jones still has to throw the ball to Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
And what we didn't catch in Hard Knocks yet, Waller retired on their motherfucking asses.
Mm-hmm.
So now where does that sting play as far as player impact goes on the offensive aspect of things?
Well, remember, they said, "Oh, we got Waller, we got this, we got that, we got added Neighbors." Like they think they're good. Now he retired. You lost that tight end.
Yeah, I think losing Waller unexpectedly that way, it's a big blow.
It is because they didn't use him right.
Right.
How he go from being one of the biggest threats of tight end with the Raiders, and then he comes there and he's nobody.
Right.
And he was injured.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the Giants offered Saquon 3-year deal at $37.5 million with $25 million guaranteed. The Eagles gave him 3-year deal, $37.75 million with $26 million guaranteed. He wanted to eat. You know what that tell me?
Right.
He was going to leave anyway.
I think he was gonna leave, man. But like I put on the chat earlier, if Kansas City would have offered him 20 million, right? Let's just say they don't need him, but let's just say, and he's in a position where, hey, running back's lifespan ain't much, ain't long in the NFL. But now you're in a position to where you're gonna win your ultimate goal, which was the Super Bowl. I'm leaving New York all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about that earlier. Like, yeah, he signed for $1 million, one extra $1 million. But my guy, I don't think that he had faith in that organization.
Damn.
That was the overall factor or decision maker.
You said your best. He went to a better team with a better chance to win. He knew that shit. He didn't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way it is. I'd rather him just say that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not paint the narrative like they did him dirty. Nah, they said go test the market. And whatever they offer you, come back and let us know we can match it. That's it.
Right.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. But I think this stems from last year when they had a chance to pay him and franchise tag Daniel Jones, and they didn't. They paid Daniel Jones and franchise tag him. At that point, he was done. They were like, oh, y'all don't care about me. If y'all cared about me, I would have signed me. You know I make him better. You know what I'm saying? He don't make me better. I make him better. So he was leaving anyway. As far as receiver goes, it's two different spectrums. Have you watched Receiver yet, June?
No, I haven't, man. I was gonna download it, but you said it wasn't on Netflix.
It is on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Oh shoot, man! I thought it was on Peacock. So I was like, damn. So I had to download movies.
No. It's on Netflix, man. I watched the whole thing. So the difference between receiver and quarterback, vice Hard Knocks, is not following the whole team, it's following specific players and what they go through in a season. You get some insight to the team, but you really following the players. So this year they had Amon St. Brown, Devontae Adams, Deebo Samuels, and George Kittle as the receivers. One tight end, three receivers. Obviously Deebo Samuels and Kittle are part of the same team. So following both of them kind of give you a real inside look into the 49ers. And they start from last year too. Start from last year at the end of it or the beginning of this year. Amon St. Brown was there and Justin Jefferson. Oh, so yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I forgot Justin Jefferson. So you had Justin Jefferson, Amon St. Brown, Devontae Adams, George Kittle, and Deebo Samuels. And that's who they following throughout the whole course of the season or the 8 episodes. And you get to see the inside of what the players go through, like what they went through during the season, the contract signing at the end of the season, everything like that. I like it. I like the fact that it's detailed. Last year, it got me to like Kirk Cousins a little bit more. It made me feel a bond with Mariota, but I felt bad for him at the same time. I just felt like he just never got a chance to develop. And it made me look at Patrick Mahomes a little different. Kirk Cousins as well, but Patrick Mahomes a lot different in a good way, not a bad way, This year, for me so far, and I watched the whole thing, I was a fan of Kittle. I'm definitely a fan of Kittle now. I respect all those players on there. Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, St. Brown, and Deebo and Kittle. The way they play the game, the way they approach the game, it's about winning. Devontae Adams, to me, took a risk going to the Raiders. And there's a point in the season the series where he says, I got to get the fuck up out of here. If not, I'm gonna die.
Who said that?
Devontae Adams.
Devontae, yeah.
Yeah,
he said he's never been hit this much. He said he's never been hit this much his entire career.
Mm-hmm. He was so mad. So mad.
He was wide open and Jimmy G overthrew the ball.
Yep.
And he slammed his helmet down and was like, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna die. I've never been hit this much in my entire fucking career.
Yep. But then they asked him, did you okay the Jimmy G benching? He said, yeah. I did. Because something's got to change. And he talks about, Josh McDaniels leaving and stuff like that. And it's a good season. Justin Jefferson goes into his, stuff and signing
He just had a baby.
Yeah.
Congrats to him.
And the judge said it was his and he got to pay. Amon St. Brown talks about what they have overcome, his childhood, Debo, and Kittle, man. It's just a good show overall. It gives you an in-depth look at the player, what they go through, their background, their family, all that good stuff. And I definitely recommend anybody go watch The Receiver. It was a good show all around, and I look forward to every season now. Like, I'm looking forward to the quarterback this year to see who they got in there. And it's interesting, too, to watch them in the season, in the series, when they play each other in the season. Like, when Devontae got overthrown, I think they were playing the Lions, and Amon was like, yo, I know he's upset right now because he didn't get the ball, It takes you into the fact that Debo, during the playoffs and the run to the Super Bowl, was hurt. I don't think he was playing in the Super Bowl. I think he got hurt and didn't play the rest of the Super Bowl. Or one of them games he didn't play. I think it was the divisional round and he didn't play. I forgot. But he was dealing with injury too, man, the whole season. So it's pretty interesting to watch it and stuff like that. I recommend it. Good show. Definitely good show. And I like that they got all the episodes out at one time. So you really don't have to wait for a week to come out. You can watch the whole thing and be good to go. I hate when they do this. Oh, well, let's wait 1 week. Oh, let's wait a week. No, you got the whole Hard Knocks already filmed. Go ahead and drop every episode. Let us watch it so we could talk about it.
That's the HBO back in the day stuff, remember?
Yeah.
Had to wait a whole week for us to drop another episode.
Sopranos, The Wire.
Yeah.
True Blood, all that stuff. All right, Bree, what we got?
So next, training camp started this week, and today started the rookie camp. So we have teams like Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, Chicago Bears, New York Giants, New Orleans Saints, and Kansas City Chiefs started their rookie camps. So this is a list of all the camps. Is anybody going to any of the veteran, like the training camps?
I'm nowhere near nothing.
I want to. The 19th, that's what date is that? Yeah, that's Friday.
Yeah, but that's the rookie. But the real camp is the 23rd, which is Tuesday.
Miller Electric Center.
Tuesday.
I like to go just to.
No, I don't think those are like the mini camps for fans. I think this is just like training camp, and then the week after is the mini camps. Because the mini camps usually are on weekends. And all of these are like weekdays.
I could have went to the Tampa one. I'll be in Florida, I think the 23rd, leaving the 24th.
Tampa is like an hour and a half away from Orlando.
Yeah, I could have went to that one.
Are you guys excited? Football's almost back.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Okay.
Oh yeah, me too, man. I can't wait.
Also, in latest news, Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison was arrested last Friday, near Los Angeles International Airport. The same day June flew out.
I knew that was him.
June. It was at 11 o'clock at night. He was already in Virginia.
He had a Vikings helmet on.
On suspicion of driving under the influence, the California Highway Patrol said on Sunday night, according to the police report reviewed, a West Los Angeles officer found a white Rolls Royce blocking a lane of I-105 westbound. The driver, later identified as Addison, was asleep behind the wheel, according to the report. A DUI investigation led to Addison's arrest at 11:36 p.m. So you were already in Virginia, June. He was released from custody Saturday at 1:36 a.m. Police have not made public Addison's blood alcohol content. Legal limit in California is 0.08.
Can we all say less stupid?
Uh-huh.
Pull over somewhere, man. You're in a Rolls Royce. Nobody's really gonna bother you. You know, like get a driver. You're in a Rolls Royce. Get a driver. I don't know.
I think
You
we
got
need to
the money. Like Ricky's contract's like 30 million.
Yeah, I think we need to bring back dummy of the week for us. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know about you guys, but it feels like this year has been filled with a lot of NFL arrests and shit and news. That's what it feels like this particular year. I mean, yeah, every year we get some, but damn, I just feel like every month we got something to talk about.
No, I agree, June. I agree with you. It's something.
I like to give them players a shout out. I think you have officially brought back dummy of the week. Thank you.
I don't understand, right? And I get it. You're having a good time. You're out. You have enough money. You have enough money to take black car service somewhere, and you have enough money to have one of your boys drive your car and take that hit for you. You have enough money to have a driver. You have enough money to be able to go out and party and not have to worry about driving. We're not talking about a guy that makes $20,000 a year, $40,000 a year. We're talking about a millionaire who has enough money to pay somebody to drive him around.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay him. Just pay him. I just never understood that. Why you have the money, you don't pay. I don't care if I got to hire you for one night. If I call a service and say, I need a driver, I have the car, I just need you to send the driver over for one night. What's the money? How much am I paying? That's it. I guarantee you it's going to be less than the amount of shit you're going to go through with lawyer fees, court fees, traffic ticket, all this good stuff. And F around and find out you be in jail for a weekend. It's just not worth it. It is not. And you fell asleep and blocked the lane. Now imagine you would have killed somebody.
And they drive crazy in Los Angeles.
You know what I'm saying? Just imagine if he would have killed somebody. It's just stupid, bro. You're stupid. And now you're hurting your team. You know?
Yeah.
It's mad retarded, man. It's mad retarded, man. I mean, shit, ain't nothing else to say about it. And I hate to use that word. It's mad dumb.
Don't use the R word.
I just said I apologize. I'm gonna take it back. It's mad dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Mad dumb.
All right, next we have pictures. Okay. So I'll do that one second. I'll do it fifth. Oh no, I have something for June, I think. Did I keep it up here? No, we're good, okay. June, don't play with me. Why June text me privately and say, "Did you just fart?"
Yo,
no,
I wasn't trying to put you out there. Damn, you know, I heard it.
No, I did not.
Somebody did.
No, it was my chair.
Oh, okay. Hey, I wasn't trying to put you on blast, but damn, we live. Hey, Bree did it.
I didn't do it. All right, so who had the better wide receiver class? 2017 had Devontae Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb. 2018, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Justin Ross. College.
You know what's crazy is I was going to go 2018, but then I'm looking at 2017.
17.
17 is better.
I think 17 is a lot better.
I don't even know who Justin Ross is.
Yeah, he played for the Giants, I think. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Yeah.
Johnny
No,
Jones.
he's a wide receiver on Kansas City.
Ross?
Mm-hmm.
How he even caught a ball?
Yeah. I think maybe one. I know he got a ring. Lucky ass.
He went undrafted in 2022, and he's been with Kansas City undrafted in 2022 to present. He's active in the roster.
Yeah, he
So
actually
he is active in the roster, and he is a 2-time Super Bowl champion.
Nah, he's only
Because he's
one time.
active in the
He only one-time champ. He only paid 2020.
No, 2-time.
What are you looking at?
Wikipedia.
On Pro Football Reference, he's only a one-time Super Bowl champ because he went in.
But he's also a natty champion. He's had 6 receptions for 53 yards.
Mm-hmm. And 0 touchdowns. His average yards per reception is 8.8. I don't know what this dude does, but never seen him before. Definitely 2017. He ruined it for the class of 2018.
As a freshman in Clemson in 2018, he had 46 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 9 touchdowns. And during the national championship game, he had 6 receptions for 153 yards and a touchdown.
He was good in college.
He missed the entire 2020 season in Clemson due to a neck and spine injury that required surgery.
So who he played for in college? What team he won the natty with?
Clemson. He played with Trevor. Trevor was his quarterback.
Oh.
But in 2021, he rejoined the team in Clemson, and he went for 47 receptions, 524 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So half of what he did, but that was after a neck and spine surgery.
Okay. I mean, listen, still don't know him. Ruined the whole draft class. It's okay.
No, Frank. He was placed on injured reserve due to an off-season foot surgery that caused him to miss the entire season, was then reactivated during the playoffs and earned his first Super Bowl championship with the Chiefs defeated the Philadelphia Eagles. Then he was placed on the commissioner's exemption list in October 2023 due to his arrest earlier that week. He was later suspended from week 8 until week 14 of last season. He then was rejoined on the active roster after week 15 and won his second Super Bowl title. So he has 2 Super Bowls.
So how long he's been active in the league?
Since 2022.
See, they don't have Pro Football Reference. They don't even have him in the league in 2022. What team he played for? You said the Chiefs, right?
Chiefs, yeah. So he was active on their roster twice.
But he didn't play in 2022.
No, but he was active on a roster, which allowed him to get a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, okay. That's probably why they only got one, because he only played one season. He was active on the roster, though. Kind of like what happened with Josh Gordon with the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him the Super Bowl ring. Oh, December 15th. Look at him. I mean, doesn't matter. Got 2 rings. He's good.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next. Best safety in the NFL since 2000. Do we agree with this list? There's someone important missing.
Who? Ryan Clark?
No, first of all, they have Ryan Clark in fucking tier 6.
Yeah, there you go, right there. Who?
There's no Sean Taylor on this list.
I mean,
are they talking maybe
since 2000?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
I think for this, you got to really track it. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at their numbers and shit. But John Lynch was dope.
Fucking Lexi, I'm gonna punch her in her face.
Yeah, it's
All
okay.
right. So these are the 2024 NFL season regression candidates. So they're gonna. What does regression mean?
Go back. They go back. Like they're regressing. They're not going forward.
Do you agree?
I don't know, man. Because you gotta think, Josh Allen's gonna take a hit. He lost most of his two best receivers. DJ Moore just got Caleb Williams. How is Nico Collins gonna go back? Because Stephon Diggs is there? I don't think so. I mean, Evan Ingram should do better this year. And Rashee Rice should definitely do better this year. So I don't think they're regression. I don't think this is right. But I see what they're saying, because you got to think they got Marquise Brown, and then they got that speedster, the one that broke the record at the combine, in the teeth. Come on, man. I don't disagree with this at all. At all. I don't know. Matthew
They
Stafford.
shouldn't. I don't know why Nick Foles ain't in there.
The fact that he said that with a straight face lets me know you've been drinking. Hold on. You got Jay Cutler. Since 2000? I don't know.
Man, my dude Phillip Rivers, man. I can't believe he retired no ring.
Remember, he used to mess it up in the playoffs, though, bro. I think they were the only team in NFL history that had the number one defense and the number one offense, and then didn't even make and got eliminated. They didn't go to the Super Bowl. They didn't win. That's crazy. Number one defense, number one offense in the entire league, and you don't even win. Phillip Rivers' problem was he would get impatient and make mistakes, and you can count on that. Like Peyton would screw up a game sometimes by trying to fit the ball in place. He just fit the ball. What the hell is that? What the hell was that? But yeah, Peyton used to try to squeeze the ball in sometimes and mess it up. I don't know. I think it's fine. You know, Tom Brady at the top, Peyton Manning, look, the fact they put Patrick Mahomes, and I get it. But since 2000 above a lot of these players, just lets you know where Mahomes sits at right now. And I think it's because he got the 3 rings. But I can't say that because Drew Brees got 1, Aaron Rodgers got 1, Peyton got 2, Ben got 2. Who else?
How many MVPs he got? 2?
Who?
Patrick?
I think he got 3 NFL MVPs, bro.
Yeah, I think right there. I think that in the Super Bowl rings. Yeah, I think that sets him apart.
Yeah. But Drew Brees ain't got no MVPs.
Dang.
He only got the ring.
I think that year where he broke the records, the year that Brady won it too. I think that's the thing that fucked some of these quarterbacks, Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean that era. Yeah, it's like Mahomes now. Yeah. Mahomes is that now in the league. The Chiefs and Mahomes are that right now. There's a lot of people that should be winning Super Bowls, ain't winning them because they winning them, and it's just crazy because what do those teams got to do to beat them? You know what I'm saying? What the 49ers, the Eagles, for all intents and played, Jalen Hurts played his ass off in that Super Bowl and still lost. You know what I'm saying? 49, the same thing. If I want to say Mahomes' numbers in the Super Bowl are not great. Are not great. Let me see. Patrick Mahomes. Oh. I think they're not great numbers. Let's look. Playoffs. Postseason playoffs. I want to see the Super Bowl. I don't want to see the numbers for the entire postseason. I want to see his Super Bowl numbers. Super Bowl numbers. His Super Bowl numbers. Yeah, he's I think he's a 2-time MVP. Hold on. Yeah, he's a 2-time MVP and a 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Let me see. I want to see something. I want to see what are his stats. The Super Bowl. Let me Google it. But I don't know. I think that's fine. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
He is winning. Okay, let me see. So in the 2020 Super Bowl, he threw for 286, 26 completions out of 42. So he has 61% with 2 touchdowns. And the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, which probably was his worst one. Nope, fine. He threw for 270 yards, no touchdowns, went for 53% completion. Then his against Philly, he threw for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns with a 77% completion. And then, but he only had 27 attempts and 21 completions. And then against San Francisco, he went 34-46 for 73% completion, 333 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Mm.
And so now it makes me wonder what Jalen Hurts stats were. Let me see something. So we said against Philly, he had 182 yards with 3 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts in that Super Bowl, 27 of 38, 71% completion, 304 yards, 1 touchdown, but they don't got his rushing touchdowns in here. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, the tier is good, Bree. You can go to the next slide. It is what it is. Because I don't think, I mean, I wouldn't change nothing off this shit. Lamar's a 2-time NFL MVP. Kurt Warner. I don't know, man. You know, so much we could talk about.
Let me know when to move on to the next one.
You go to the next one.
All right. Is Khalil Mack a Hall of Fame offensive linebacker, outside linebacker?
Based on these numbers, yeah. Based on these numbers, the average Hall of Fame outside linebacker, 8-time Pro Bowl, he got that. 74 sacks, he has 105, 101.5. And first teams, he has 3 versus 4. Yeah. Based on these numbers. June?
Let me go back to the screen. Oh, and I changed the gallery. I mean, he started off so. Yeah, hell yeah. I think it's only fair.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. He got what it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not done either. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to get better by adding more to it. That's the good thing about these old heads, that they already got the numbers. So they got to just keep adding on and adding on, adding on. Go ahead, Bree, next. Players that broke out on a team that didn't draft them. Yep, Breeze, Minka. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess so. You know that at first I didn't agree with the Gilmore trade because he didn't do nothing for us that year that he came over the first year. But he sure as hell earned it. And Drew Brees, hell yeah. They gave up on him in San Diego because of his shoulder surgery he had.
I
June?
don't know. I think Fitzpatrick did well in Miami. I didn't think that he had like a crazy breakout with the Steelers. Because I think that's what landed him in the Steelers. Was his performance?
Didn't they trade it for him?
No, I think he just signed or some weird shit. I'm not too sure. And then as far as Schwartz go, I'm not too familiar.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. But man, if this is when the Chiefs are winning Super Bowls, anybody gonna look good on that team.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody's gonna look good on that team. The player with the highest average salary on each NFL team: Burrow, Trevor. So the top, I think the first top 10 or top 12, no, actually top 15, top 16 are quarterbacks. Then you got Justin Jefferson, 35, 34 with Bosa. Then Baker, 33.3. Tyreek, 30. TJ Watt, 28. Devontae, 28. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. I think that Denver highest player is 15 million. And then defensive lineman or O lineman.
Oh, Zach, yeah. I think defensive lineman, 15.2 million.
I mean, that really tells you why the team is where they are. I'm not saying they need to spend big money to get places, but they did spend big money on the flip side on my dude Russell. Russell would have been right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So hell, man, I would have just put Russell up there and put him in a Steelers jersey and just put Denver paying him.
Facts, to make fun of it.
But yeah, man, looking at this right here, I mean, is there anyone on here? Like, if you had to disagree with two people on here, who would they be?
Well, Trevor, for one, I think they overpaid. Oh my God, I can go down to Kyler Murray's another one. Deshaun Watson, they paid for what he was, not what he is currently. So I mean, it is what it is. Let me see. So Trevor, I even think Jay Herbo, man, it was too soon. Too soon. See, at least Burrow can say, I've been to a Super Bowl. I took a franchise from nothing to something. Lamar, 52 mil. And that's another thing. 2-time MVP, but playoff success, he's 500, I think. Not even. No, he's like 4 and something. I forgot what it was. So he's not even a lot or two. How many playoff games Lamar Jackson got under his belt?
2.
He got 2, right? He only got 2 victories, right? Is that it?
I need to start doing right.
So, yeah, man, that's crazy. So yeah, definitely Trevor. I think Herbo, Lamar, Kyler. I'm not gonna say nothing about Hurts because he went to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna say nothing about Donnie?
I haven't got down there. I'm going line by line, bro.
Okay.
Deshaun paid. I think they overpaid for Deshaun, but I was on Deshaun Watson's train too. I remember him in the Texans, so can't backpedal now. But Kirk Cousins, 45 mil. Come on, man. That's too much. Daniel Jones 40 mil for one good year with Saquon. And then, you know, I don't know. That's as far as I'm gonna go down because everybody else, I'm pretty sure they earned it. Um, you know, Josh, 43 mil. I just feel like all these guys making all this money, you haven't had a Super Bowl win. You know, you might have went to the Super Bowl like Hurts and Burrow. Who else? Purdy's not even in there. So, you know, you went to the Super Bowl and that's dope. So I'll give you credit for that. But nobody's won it, man, except for Patrick Mahomes and Matthew Stafford. They're the only two quarterbacks on this list that's won a Super Bowl. Tyreek won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. I'm trying to think who else is on this list that won a Super Bowl with another team or hasn't. Like, yeah, I just feel like you're paying too much for somebody. Win the big game first, and then let's pay you. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's too much.
I think one player on here stands out. Golly, well, that sounds like I'm on a Baker train. But then Baker Mayfield, man, I almost feel like he literally earned those $33 million, and he played it right in front of our eyes. We've seen his downfall. We've seen his arrogance. We've seen his his adjustments. We've seen his downfall, and we're seeing his rise. So I think that's one player on here that's definitely earned it. Obviously, I think Devontae Adams, he's definitely earned it. T.J. Watt. Yeah, like you said, we're not gonna go down the list because most of these cats have obviously earned it. But I mean, Donnie Jones off the rip stands out. Like, damn. Kyler Murray's another one,
Yeah.
Like, and then the biggest one out of them all is Trevor Lawrence. They should have waited one more year before paying that man.
To make him the highest paid next to Burrow is disrespectful to Burrow. It really is. Because he went to the Super Bowl. And we were talking about he was one play away from winning that joint. If they would have just blocked him enough for him to get that ball to Jamar Chase, we would have been saying that Joe Burrow is probably up there with Patrick Mahomes because he just did something nobody else can do, and that's win a Super Bowl with the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And then you give no, but I said they overpaid for him. In my opinion, they did. Now he can come back this year and play lights out and make us eat these words. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. They could have paid him for what he can do, not what he's done. But to me, if you're going to require a team to give you $55 million, 53 million, 52 and a half, 52, then what are you leaving for the rest of the players? Because none of these players has shown they can elevate above what they have. Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl with pretty much nobody except Travis Kelce. So he showed that he can elevate the team. Nobody else here has done that. So, as much as I like Joe Shiesty, he has Jamar Chase and he has T. Higgins and he had Boyd, Mixon. Like he had good quality receivers around him. Other one, who? Jared Goff earned it, I feel.
He's another rise. Yeah.
Went to the Super Bowl with the Rams, got dished out to Detroit, paid his part, and let's be honest, if it wasn't for the coaching, they probably would have been in the Super Bowl last year. And I was watching the receiver, and let me tell you something, I think the Lions would have matched up perfectly with the Chiefs.
Yeah, they beat him already.
Yeah, they did. So that dog, it just, to me, it would have been so much better probably. Not to say because the 49ers had a lead on them, but I think, man, with seeing Amon St. Brown and that series, man, that dude's no joke. He's no joke. That dude is definitely worth every penny they paid him in this contract.
Yeah, I think Tyreek Hill's earned it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who's better in their prime? Wow. I'll let you answer this, June.
It's tough, man. I can't even use the different era type of thing because McNabb came up on that era. And I think a lot of the adjustments came late in his career. with the new quarterbacks as far as the play goes. It's kind of hard to say who's who in the do. You know what I mean? Man, it's tough, man. It's tough, man. You guys know, I love my Randall Julio, but I don't know. I give it a tie. Like I can't say.
So I can't say. I'm gonna go with Donovan. He went to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
You know, went to the Super Bowl. You got to give him credit for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, things didn't work out the way he wanted towards the end, and it ended kind of sourly between them. But he did go to Super Bowl, so I'm gonna go with Donovan.
I think for that sole reason, I might give him 51%.
Yeah, I mean that's why you gotta do it.
Yeah,
that's why you gotta do it. I mean that's not to take away from Randall Cunningham at all, but
right.
He did his thing, went to the Super Bowl. So
Yep.
I can give him credit for that. And not everybody gets to the bowl, you know?
Yeah. For his size, I mean, Randall's a little slimmer, but for his time, I mean, he was moving up and down that field.
Yeah, he used to. Yeah,
he used to use that field.
I'm back. I'm so sorry. I did not expect that. Who's better in their prime? For me, Randall Cunningham or Donovan McNabb? Donovan McNabb was better in his prime.
Only because
in my opinion.
Yeah, I give him credit because he went to the Super Bowl.
He went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they're both great. They're both elite, you know? So I'll just pull my hair to the side, y'all. This one looks different. All right, this is not NFL related, but I thought it was cool. You're eligible for the same draft. You have the first 2 picks. Who are you choosing?
Hold on, versus. Hold on. 2 players. I'm going Jordan. Ooh.
I'm going Jordan and Bird together.
I might go. I like a big, so I'll probably go Jordan and Shaq.
June? Sorry, no 76ers up here.
I read something the other day that Draymond Green had the same amount of threes as Larry Bird. Period. Next, but I'll say Jordan and gosh, I'm gonna go with Kobe, man. I'm loyal. I don't care. Jordan, Kobe, and Seth. Period.
All right, drop a name of a great NFL player who went to USC. We're all saying all together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Troy Polamalu.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah, I was gonna say Reggie Bush.
I don't know what just happened. Oh, can y'all see me? Okay, there.
Yeah, we can see you.
Oh, damn it. I was going to say Reggie Bush. I thought everybody was going to say Troy Polamalu.
No, Reggie Bush.
All right, we're going to try this again. We're all going to say the same name on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Troy
Reggie
Polamalu.
Oh, sorry.
Take 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Troy Polamalu.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. There we go.
We can also say Juju Smith-Schuster.
Negative. Will be negative. What team is Juju playing for now?
He's still on New England.
Oh, he's still in New England? Okay.
Mm-hmm. He signed a 3-year contract with New England.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You got my baby for 2 more years. Both my kids are in Boston. Or Massachusetts. All right. First thing that comes to mind when you see this. Flag on the play.
I don't know, man. Any play that goes against a team the Chiefs is playing to help them win. You know what I'm saying? Holding,
No.
Pass interference, unnecessary roughness, taunting. But 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go holding.
Mine would be the Jesse James touchdown.
Oh, we had to
Against the-
pick a play.
Yeah. Or first thing that comes to mind when you see this, the
Yeah,
flag
nah.
play.
Every
Yeah.
time the Chiefs need help.
Yeah, I was
June
gonna say,
Doors.
shit, Dallas Cowboys, fourth
Which one?
quarter. Hey, Dallas Cowboys, fourth quarter on the opposite team.
Nah.
Oh, like remember the Lions play?
Yeah, I think it was every team they played.
Okay. If the NFL draft was tomorrow and every cornerback in NFL history was eligible, who would you choose first? NFL history.
That's too much. I would have. That's something you got to give us a whole week in advance for us to go do like search up, because some corners were so much different than others that, and not all of them would be not all of them would be able to transition to today's way of style. You know what I'm saying? You take a 70s cornerback, DB, they used to knock people over the head before they even get to the ball. Now that'd be a penalty. So I don't know. I couldn't answer this one right
You
now.
could say Deion Sanders. You could say Mel Blunt.
Yeah, I mean,
you could say
all those. I
you
mean,
could say Revis Island.
nah, not Revis. Nah, I wouldn't put Revis up there. Not
You
for
could
me.
say Camp Bailey.
I don't know, man.
Say Richard Sherman. I would say he's probably one of the elites, like all time.
Yeah, I don't know. I if anything, I'd probably go, prime
Say
time.
Patrick. You could say like prime Patrick Peterson in Arizona.
No, I go Dion. Just to appease the masses.
Damn, you wouldn't go Asante Samuel Sr.?
No,
I was gonna say Asante Samuel.
no. That dummy left us to go to the Eagles and said the Eagles got a better chance to win a Super Bowl before the Patriots do, and we won like 30 more Super Bowls before the Eagles even got one. So he's stupid, dummy. But
It's gate, man.
June, would you say Darius Slay? I'll say mine would be Mel Blunt.
I mean, I could also say, what's my man's name? He's in the Hall of Fame.
Champ Bailey.
Not Champ Bailey.
Who else? Woodson, Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson is another one.
Yeah, Charles Woodson.
Rodney Harrison.
Oh yeah, Rodney Harrison.
Was he a safety or was he a safety?
I don't remember. Google it.
Oh, let's see. That's why we need a production team. Let's see. He was a DB. Yep. Rodney Scott Harrison.
He was a safety.
Well, they got him as a DB here.
Well, a defensive back is a safety or a corner.
Yeah. Yeah, he started as a DB first 2 years, and then he went to
safety.
Yeah. So not him, clearly. Hold on. Let's see.
Y'all ready?
Oh, I got a port, Bree. I wasn't ready. You know what? I'm gonna go with my boy Gilly. Go Gilmore. All right, let's go. What you got next, Bree?
The first player that comes to mind when you see this number.
No, number 9. I don't even know.
Chris Boswell, Steelers kicker.
Yeah, no, I don't even. He wears 9. Oh yeah. See,
That's my birthday twin. Me and Frankie have the same birthday as him.
Yeah, no. Don't know anybody with a 9.
Wow, really?
You do?
Who? Judon?
Joe Burrow?
Oh yeah. He wears 9. Well, I thought he wore 8.
Yes. No. 8 is Lamar Jackson.
But that's the thing. When I see this number, I don't think of a player. Like, there's nothing comes to mind when I see it. I think Judon wears 9, don't he?
I forgot what number Judon wears.
Yeah, he had 9. He wears 9. He wore 99, 91 with the Ravens, 99 with the Ravens, and then he went to number 9 with the Patriots.
Drew Brees wore the number 9.
He did wear number 9. But I don't I don't know. That doesn't call that out for me. What is
Nick Foles. Come on, guys. I was waiting for somebody to say that.
Oh.
Super Bowl MVP. That guy. Dang.
Reggie Jackson wore the number 9. Oh no, that's different.
That's what I need.
Yeah, Joe Burrow got a buzz cut. He cut off all his hair.
Yeah, you told me. But what else we got, Bree?
Oh yeah, Judon and Justin Tucker also wear the number 9. All right, this was also big. Skip Bayless will be leaving Fox Sports and Undisputed later this summer.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I kind of wouldn't mind discussing this more in depth, but I don't know, man. I think he never recovered from Shannon Sharp's situation. I think that impacted him more than just anything else. I think the way it ended was bad. And I think that the production team tried to do too much to keep it the same, to create, like they brought in all these different black people in to try to match it up. And I don't think that's needed. When you brought in Lil Wayne and his team of people to comment on sports, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but it's not what you had before. I was telling my wife when I saw it that I feel like he went with another minority because it didn't want to look bad if he would have went with somebody else. But I feel like Skip Bayless should have just sat back and watched who he can bring on, whether female, male, to do it. And he just never looked right. It never looked right. He, like you said, he didn't know how to even comment sometimes. They had he would get over talked by
Richard Sherman would get in
Michael
arguments, and then
Irvin,
Richard Sherman also had that deal with Amazon Prime for Thursday Night Football. So Richard Sherman will only be able to record on Monday and Tuesdays because Wednesday he's flying out to whatever Thursday Night Football game it is, and then he only covered football season. And then he added Paul Pierce for basketball, but he's dropping the N-word, smoking cigars.
Yeah, he's dropping N-bombs left. That's what I'm saying. It just wasn't right. It didn't seem right. And I think this is the best thing for him to leave. I mean, he's getting killed in the ratings. First Take is averaging 453,000 views. They're only averaging 53,000 views. Excuse me, that's a 400,000 views difference in the ratings. So definitely, it's sad to see him go because, of course, people are going to say, oh, since Shannon Sharp left, he can't survive. But I don't think that's it. I just don't think he ever, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think they ever bounced back right to get him what he needed. Shannon Sharp is not even full-time on First Take.
No, it's just like the tension and everything.
Yeah, they said Shannon Sharp said that at one point they weren't even talking anymore unless it was on the show. So,
yep. And that's all the topics I have. I was going to do a game, but it's 7:30, 10:30 p.m. y'all's time. So
I did have one thing I wanted to say. I kind of want to see you and June's perspective, and Nikki's still at work. So I was watching First Speak, man, and there was a big debate, a big debate. And I guess Cam Newton on 4th and 1 said that he would take Dak Prescott over a lot of the quarterbacks in the NFL right now, I think currently. And I forgot how exactly the comparison between Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts came up. And James Jones said to Shady and them, he said, name one thing that Jalen Hurts can do better than Dak besides the read option. He
He's
said,
a dual quarterback.
besides the read option, he said, take that out the way. He said, Dak is a better thrower of the ball, a better percentage of completion, everything. And it obviously it sparked.
One thing that Jalen can do a little bit better than Dak is scramble in the pocket.
Well,
but he has enough time to scramble in the pocket because the O-line is a lot stronger on Philadelphia than Dallas.
And the winning argument for them, which wasn't really for James Jones, he felt like it didn't matter. But that's what they could throw out was the fact that he wins more than Dak. In the postseason, when it matters, he's won. So I wanted to get your take on it, non-biased, looking at the quarterback, number for number. Let's even say since Jalen Hurts been playing, because Dak is playing a lot longer than him.
4.
Do you think that Jalen Hurts is that much better than Dak, or do you think Dak is a better all-around quarterback than Jalen?
I think team also plays a role.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to remember in the 2017-2018 season, Dak had a team around him, one of the strongest teams. That's when Zeke was probably like arguably top 3 running backs in the league. He had what's his name? He don't play football no more. What's his name? He got hurt. They traded him to the Saints and he got injured.
He's a quarterback?
No, he was a wide receiver. No, wide receiver for the Cowboys.
Oh, Des Bryant.
Des Bryant. They had Des Bryant. Like they had a power team, like a super team. And they did nothing with it, First round in the playoffs out the window. I don't think Dak is overall a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, only because when you had that team so fresh and so young in your career, doing everything y'all were doing in the regular season, y'all were out of the wild card round, versus Jalen Hurts, who also had a great team. I wouldn't say as powerful as that 2017-2018 Dallas Cowboys team, but was still able to make it to the Super Bowl. He was still able to accomplish more in a shorter amount of time than Dak has, in my personal opinion.
The only reason, and I'm not trying to be biased in this at all, on some real stuff. However,
yeah,
no, I'm really not. The reason I'm basing this answer on this specific stat is experience and the opportunities Dak has had. How long has that been in the league?
I want to say 8 years.
Since 2016.
Yeah,
so you had all those opportunities. You had that team. You had that O-line. I mean, Dallas O-line was the best for freaking ever. And
that 2017-2018 Cowboy season was ridiculously great. It was so good.
I mean, this past year, the run that Dallas went on and the way that he folded in the playoffs, it wasn't McCarthy's fault. It wasn't the cornerback's fault. It wasn't the defense's fault. I mean, those critical interceptions were solely on the quarterback. And for that sole reason, based on opportunities and the amount of success that he's had, I just give it to Hurts. And I'm not saying that Dak is trash because he's been in my fantasy league before. Yes, I picked Dallas Cowboy player. But I have also benched his ass for a very long time. As a matter of fact, I cut his ass last year. So just saying, I drafted him just to cut him, just to clear the air.
So, okay. I'm glad you said that, right? So they had, and I should have brought this up sooner. I'm sorry, but it was just there, and I want to before we close out. This was on Speak. They came out with the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC.
Mhm.
Number 1, they had Stafford. Number 2, they had Goff. Number 3, they had Dak. Number 4, they had Purdy. And number 5, they had Love. They left Jalen Hurts out. Now, Acho came out and said since 2010, average regular season NFL since 2010, the quarterbacks that win the Super Bowl have 30 plus passing touchdowns, only 2 at best rushing touchdowns, and only 175 rushing yards in that year, minimum 10 starts.
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts doesn't even average. He's at 20. He's rushing 12 touchdowns, 13, and almost 716 yards average a year in those times.
Yeah, but he's making up for the passing touchdown
Oh,
rate
yeah.
as
But
well,
that's what-
because you also have to remember that
Yeah, but that's
he-
what they're saying, Bree, that
Mhm.
even that isn't getting them over the hump because the quarterbacks that are passing
passing when it
passing
comes
quarterbacks.
to throwing. But as y'all stated prior in the past, which I also disagree with, but I have come to terms with it, is that this is a new era of fucking quarterbacks and a new era of football where quarterbacks are dual threats a lot more than in the past. So I feel like he's making up for the passing touchdown numbers with the rushing yards and the rushing touchdowns. You also got to remember, yes, he has AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, but when both of them are being fucking double teamed out the ass, right? Which they typically are double teamed out the ass, right? He got to rely on his tight end, right? His running back and him, so that's why the rushing yards and the rushing touchdowns are a lot higher. Yeah, they can get the ball, but they're not going to get the ball every time because those are the top 2 wide receivers on that field.
So the question is, do you think can he win it?
Yeah, I do. I think he can win it.
You know what's crazy? So to answer your question, yes, I think he can win it.
Yeah.
But if you look at this stats, like even if it wasn't Jalen Hurts, and let's just say it was Brock Purdy, and these were Brock Purdy, I would choose the 20 pass touchdowns. I would choose the 12 rushing touchdowns, and I would choose the 716 rushing yards on any name if it was a quarterback with those stats versus the 31 and 74. I get that that's what won the Super Bowls. But I mean, if I had to sit here and be like, hey, who would you choose? I'm like, man, I would choose this type of quarterback. He's still getting the ball in the air. He's performing on the ground. And he's the massive dual threat that he's challenging other running backs. He probably had more rushing touchdown yards than half the league of certain running backs. That's the crazy part.
Nikki, what you was going to say before I ask the next question?
Good evening, everyone. Hello. All right. So I think at times when you look at recent success, you get blinded with the question. I think Jalen has improved, right? Remember, after that first year, he did good, and they told him he wanted to be in the show, and he was like, no. And we was like, yeah, because 1 year is a fluke. If you can do it again and again, then you can show that, hey, I have progressed. And then the following year, they didn't even get close. You get what I'm saying? I think it's hard comparing Jalen and Dak. I think over time, Dak hasn't gotten to where we all think he needs to be, but performance-wise has been sustained. Jalen ain't been sustained. You get what I'm saying? It sucks because when you look at somebody for 2 years and you look at somebody for years, it just sucks. Even if you look at 2 years of Dak with Jalen, 2 years, you can see Jalen is progressing. Individually. I'm not even talking about as a team, but I don't think it was ever fair to kind of compare them because I think the real answer is Dak has outperformed Jalen. It is what it is. And it is what it is. I think Jalen got better when he got some people on his team. That's when you started to see little flashes here, little flashes there. And you remember, I think that year, June didn't even want to give AJ Brown, his props. that year because I said, "Oh shit, he did what he had to do." Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Yeah, I don't think Jalen has hit his cap. I just think he's still climbing that ladder of sustained superior performance.
So the reason, so okay, so top 5, obviously you and Bree feel that Jalen should be up there. So if you feel like Jalen should be up there, who are you taking out?
Out of who?
Out of the top 5.
Who are the top 5?
Stafford, Goff, Dak, Purdy, Love.
Oh, Love off the rip.
Okay, so Love.
I'll take Love out.
You take Love out too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's my thing, right? And me and Bree are pocket quarterbacks. We like them, you know. I don't
Love them.
Here's
I
why.
love them. That's what I eat, breathe, and sleep as a pocket quarterback.
This stat right here proves that you need to throw the ball to win.
Yes, but how many? Yes, but these are Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, right? Which are all pocket quarterbacks.
That's the point.
So, but that's why, yes, his numbers, but that he's like the first dual threat quarterback that made it to the Super Bowl. And then you got to remember how it took him his second year to make it to the Super Bowl. Remember, Jalen Hurts got drafted in 2020. So the 2020 to 2021 season, he sat behind Carson Wentz until week 15 when he first played against the Saints. They won from week 16 until then, made it to the wild card round, right? And lost to Tampa Bay. But he was fresh, like he played like 4 games prior to the playoffs. 2021-2022 season, what did he do? His first full year playing, what did he do?
Super Bowl.
He took him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he got paid off that 1 year. Kind of like what Daniel Jones did, got paid off 1 good year.
Yes. But they kept winning. Yes, they didn't make it as far as last year, right? 2022-2023 season. Yeah, they still made it to the playoffs. They were number 2 in their division?
Yeah, I think
right?
Cowboys were. Yeah, I think Cowboys.
Yeah, because Cowboys, they were number 2 in their division. But still, he's been in the league. This is his 4th season, you know? And he fully started 2 seasons.
I think, in my opinion, I feel he's hit his ceiling to a certain extent. And last year, I was hard on him, and June used to get mad, but he doubled his interceptions. His turnovers were high. He didn't lead us.
But you also got to remember, they changed their entire freaking coaching staff.
That's fine. But guess what? This year, what are we going to say now that the defense ain't the same, and it's more going to be reliant on him leading that offense?
That offense. But
I'm saying,
we talked about it too. It's a different offense, different offensive coordinator. You know, the camaraderie in the team is a lot better. They even said it like that. The new coaching staff over there, when it came to quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, and defensive coordinator that they changed after the Super Bowl loss, hurt the locker room. They all said it.
That's fine. But here's what I'm going back to. Look at those numbers. Let's just be, for all intensive purposes, the Super Bowl is home of the Chiefs right now. Nobody's taking them out. Only 1 quarterback stopped. 2 quarterbacks stopped them. 1's retired, and the other one was hurt last year. If I'm looking at this, right, and you're telling me that since 2000, so the last 13 years, because we haven't played 14 years now, last 13 years, the quarterback that wins the Super Bowl has those numbers, then that's all I need to know. If I'm an organization,
he needs to get better at throwing the ball, but I still, And I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
And I think that's why they should
throw the ball a little bit more.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like all these quarterbacks that they put up there was not based on what those numbers are. It's based on, in the pocket, can this guy get me the ball downfield?
Yes. But now we're in a new era of quarterbacking. So as a dual threat quarterback that's made it to the Super Bowl recently, his numbers aren't bad.
I mean, it's also a good.
Imagine Lamar Jackson, what his fucking stats would be if he went to a Super Bowl. That passing touchdown would probably be like 2.6. Rushing touchdowns would probably be the same.
Nah, I mean,
rushing yards would probably be 1,000.
Lamar won the MVP this year based on his throwing the ball.
Yes, I'm
wasn't his
saying when he
rushing
first
numbers.
started, like, but when he first started, when
when
he
he
just
first-
started throwing the ball this last season,
But what
he's
changed?
always been a dual threat. Jalen Hurts, those are his Super Bowl numbers based off of it. He's been in the league 3 years.
But
Imagine
listen,
Lamar
what-
Jackson's
what
first 3
changed
years.
with the-
Okay,
what
so let's
changed?
compare Lamar Jackson's first 3 years to Jalen Hurts' first
We
3
could
years.
do that. But I'm asking you, what changed with the Ravens to make Lamar throw the ball more?
He got a new quarterback coach.
No, they got a new offensive coordinator that
And
changed
he got
the
a
whole
new
scheme.
quarterback coach too.
Yes, but what the
What
offensive
changed was the
coordinator
offensive
changed it.
coordinator.
Yes.
Yes, they did. No, not like compare like their numbers like together. I'm saying like if Lamar was to go to the Super Bowl in his first 3 years, what his numbers will be.
See, I don't know because I have to. I have
Yeah,
to
because he
remember.
doesn't
That's what I'm
have.
saying.
Yeah. So he doesn't have it. But that's what I
Look,
meant. Yeah, Lamar Jackson
hey.
just started throwing the ball this season, this year. Yes, he
But
threw the
look,
ball
hey.
prior, but he was a running back. He
Yeah,
was
but
a
Breeze,
running back.
even with that, Lamar also won MVP. Jalen didn't.
Yes.
Even with him running, Jalen hasn't even had the success or the accolades that
We're
Lamar
talking
got.
about
They're not.
no. What I'm talking about is what Lamar Jackson's numbers would be when all he did was run the ball his first 3 years in the league.
And I don't disagree with you, but he outshined Jalen just running in those times that he didn't
Yes,
throw the
but
ball.
that's what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at. Put that picture back up real fast. So I'm trying to explain a little bit better.
I gotta find
What
it.
I'm getting at is that yes, you need a pocket quarterback.
Hold on. Give me a second. I got you.
You need a pocket quarterback, right? It's this statistically seen right here. You need a pocket quarterback to win a fucking Super Bowl, right?
Mhm.
I said with Jalen Hurts being the most recent dual threat quarterback going into the Super Bowl, those numbers aren't bad. Now imagine if when all Lamar Jackson did was just run the ball, what his numbers will be. The passing touchdowns will be a lot lower. The rushing touchdowns and rushing yards will be a lot higher. He hasn't made it to that point yet. Yes, now he's starting to throw the ball and he's starting to do both of them. But what I'm getting at is I don't think those numbers are bad for a dual threat quarterback going into a Super Bowl because we haven't seen one recently go to a Super Bowl to compare what his numbers are.
So based off what you said right now, now makes me think that maybe Frank is right. Maybe he has reached his ceiling because even when Lamar wasn't dual, he was outperforming Jalen.
Those aren't his regular season numbers. Those are his Super Bowl numbers. So I'm saying what we don't see is if Lamar Jackson was to
No,
go
that's
to
regular
a Super
season.
Bowl.
Bree. That's regular season numbers.
Why does it say Super Bowl?
No. Because so look right here. Let me show it to you again. Because in the time frame that this regular season, so look, the average regular seasons NFL since 2010. Why drive when you can't?
Okay, I didn't see the top. I was just seeing
Yeah,
Super winning bowl court. Okay, so I'm thinking those are Super Bowl numbers.
No, these are the quarterbacks that won the Super Bowl since 2010 in the regular season.
So he averaged 20.3
Touchdowns to 30.
touchdowns.
You know what I'm saying?
To 30.
The rushing touchdowns.
But those numbers aren't like they're still not bad because look at what other quarterbacks are doing in the regular season.
I know, love, but what this is proving is that kind of play can't get you to where you got to win. That's
I know that.
Yeah.
But that's why I still bring the point up as we can't. Yes, for a dual threat quarterback, those numbers aren't bad because we haven't seen a lot of dual threat quarterbacks in the Super Bowl to say if those numbers are shitty or not. We understand that you need a pocket passing quarterback to be able to win a Super Bowl, but comparing a dual threat quarterback that rushes and throws the ball but rushes more to pocket passing quarterbacks, that's not fair unless you get a dual threat quarterback that's also been to the Super Bowl to compare the numbers of his. I don't know if those numbers are bad or good as a dual threat quarterback when you're comparing him to pocket passing quarterbacks only.
That's the thing is that they're compared to the ones who won. Go ahead, June. What's up?
Yes.
June wants
I know, I understand that. I'm just talking about him.
Look,
All right,
Like,
you ready?
all right. Think
what
about
I'm trying to say is what I was trying to say was to me, those numbers don't look bad. But also, I can't
All
come. Yes, to a pocket passing quarterback, those numbers aren't going to get him over the hump, right? But let me put him in a category with Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields or other dual threat quarterbacks to see if those numbers are good. But going into a Super Bowl, he's the only one I went to a Super Bowl that's a dual threat fucking quarterback. So to me, those numbers are good.
That's the problem though, that they don't. When you look at the quarterback position, it's not split up between dual threat and pocket.
I know, but to me, with the rushing yards and stuff, those numbers aren't bad because I don't have nobody else with.
Thank you.
I know what you're saying.
A similar style quarterback to
but that's because you're separating the two. No separation. It's all the same one.
I get that. I get that I'm separating the two.
Check it out.
Yes,
hey,
I get it.
Like
but
I said
can't
before,
say his numbers aren't bad or good.
Great. I agree with what you're saying. What you're saying exactly what I just said a second ago, except you just went on the tangent. I would choose those numbers on the right over those numbers on the left any given day. I think you'll be insane not to.
Are you crazy?
It was show 20 passing.
No.
Hold on. 20 passing.
How can you say that?
Hold on.
Yes,
And don't even say Lamar, because Lamar obviously didn't get to the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, that Super Bowl, that MVP choked in the platform plenty of times. Once he had to take a shit, and the second time, he just couldn't do it at home. Maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe he needs to go to another team. So, hey, Lamar, that's cute and everything, but I think Jalen's got to where Lamar hasn't, even with the MVPs. So that's that. So I'm not worried about Lamar shit. I'm not worried about the Ravens shit. Now we're talking Jalen stats. What did Jalen have that was different than the year before? His interceptions increased, right? They doubled. His passing yards went up. He broke the rushing record as a quarterback. He got 2 1,000-yard receivers. Where
It didn't have that though.
hold on. Where is he reaching his ceiling? And he did it.
Does he regress?
He did it with a new defensive coordinator and new offensive coordinator, which are both gone now, by the way. So there's no way. I think you're crazy to say that he's reached his ceiling.
He did.
I think you're crazy. I
don't think he did.
I think hold on, and I think it's insane to sit here and
He's been in the league 3 years to tell somebody that they've reached their ceiling.
He been in the league.
Well, he's going into his 4th year. He was drafted in 2020.
Yeah, he played 4 games
2020,
in 2020.
2021, 2021, 2022,
Yeah.
2022, 2023, 2023, 2024.
They got the 23 season here. He started all 17 games. He went 11-6. He completed 152 completions to 538 attempts.
Yeah, he's going into his 5th year. But he's
So
been in the league less than 5 years.
I'm gonna give you the answer why I say his ceiling's reached. That's just my opinion. His wide receivers haven't changed. The Philadelphia Eagles are one of the only teams that have 2 wide receiver ones on opposite sides of the field. They have a good tight end. They gave him a good running back last year. Now they got him another one this year. And last year, so we go to 2022, the year he threw 460 passes, completed 306. His completion percentage was 66.5. He threw for 3,701 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Passing. I'm not even counting rushing. Passing. Now, in the 2023 season, same team, he threw for 65.4% completion, 3,858 yards. You're right, June. He went up 100 yards, 23 touchdowns, only 1 more, and his turnovers, not only with because we're not even counting fumbles.
What about his touchdowns?
He threw for 15 interceptions. He had 6 the year before, and the year before that he had 9 and then 4. So in 1 year, he doubled what he did the year before. And not only the fumbles, we didn't even count the fumbles. We didn't count the fumbles. So just as a quarterback, because I'm looking at the number, I don't care if he obviously, Michael Vick never got to Super Bowl. He got an NFC championship. Who else? Donovan McNabb could have scrambled. He threw the ball. He made a Super Bowl. Who else you want to go throw out there? Give me another quarterback that runs the ball. Jalen Hurts has proven what the point of the demographic of the picture proves is that style of play cannot
Went
to a Super Bowl.
and I
So,
understand.
now hold on,
Understand that we already
wait,
said that.
pause, because I let you go on your tangent. When I say he reached his ceilings, show me where I'm lying. His numbers, he went up by 1 touchdown, bro. 1 touchdown. Touchdown increase.
Are you gonna leave out the stats of the rushing touchdowns? Because this is the only stat that we're leaving out.
Bro, can he win a Super Bowl? He can't win a Super Bowl.
No,
You
we're
know
talking
what?
stats. You're talking
All I'm
Super
gonna
Bowls.
say, is, Frank, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You know, you're entitled to your wrong opinion. I will give you that.
You said my wrong opinion.
Hey, hold on. Hey, one question.
What's up, bro?
Is Patrick Mahomes not a scrambling quarterback all of a sudden?
No, there's a difference in scrambling.
Okay. Hey, no, it ain't no different. It's either
No.
is he a scrambling quarterback or is he not?
There's a difference though, June.
Why?
Because that
Mahomes
scrambling
numbers,
quarterback
bro.
won the Super Bowl a few times and the MVP.
So this is my question. This is the thing, right? Why are you comparing him to people that have more success than he did? Like, there's no way I could say, well, this person got this, and that, and Jalen didn't. This is where I'm confused. Because this is why I said when he was like, he got 1,000 yards. I'm like, Jalen had that. That was what I said 2 years ago. When June was like, no, this person didn't mean nothing. Now, all of a sudden, he's a factor. See, I'm not mad at Bree. I think Bree has articulated herself the best way she could, right? And I understand. Where I'm saying is, I want to understand why, and that's why 2 years ago when I was like, and I gave him the top, because during the Super Bowl, it was the Jalen show. To me, Jalen, he held it down during this, right? So I'm giving him things. But where can you say that he hasn't reached his peak?
No,
There's no way.
No, I'm good with you. It's Julio I need to understand from.
Okay, so look, so we gonna
let me tell you.
Yes.
Let me tell you who reached their peak. Hey, hold on, Frank. Let me tell you who reached their peak. Hey, his name is Sunshine, and he reached his peak in college.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Hey, and
you know
that
what?
right there. That's
all right. Bree,
That's what we have to
let's
do.
go.
Hey.
I'm sorry for bringing that topic at last. I'm
The
sorry.
thing is, I got something for June. See, the problem is, this is where I'm gonna do what Michelle said. When they go low, I stay high. Of course, you're gonna try to bring somebody that hasn't reached, hasn't had the success. But everybody that you try to name that has had success, Jalen has fallen short. It's okay. You can always go low.
Listen,
he had an opportunity last year, and he couldn't change the play.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, Frank.
Go ahead, Bree. Go ahead.
So this is why I cannot say Jalen has reached his peak already. The reason why my right opinion and Frank's wrong opinion, okay? Why I say that is first and second, first year, he sat behind fucking Carson Wentz until after the end of the fucking season, like the last four games of the regular season. So I'm not fucking counting that one, right? But his first full year that he started in 2021, yeah.
You good?
Damn, he got drafted. Yeah, 2020 to 2021. Boom, 2021, 2022. Yes, he had a phenomenal, what's the word I'm looking for? He elevated, right? And then after those numbers that, what season was that? They were undefeated, all that shit, right? Last year his numbers digressed, right? I'm not gonna say someone reached their peak with 1 year of digression when it comes to performance, right? Yes, he doubled the number of interceptions from the year before, etc. But I'm not going to say, oh yeah, he reached his peak off of 1 year, a 1 year difference in his numbers. Yes, the numbers went low. We understand why his numbers were low and etc. So I'm not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, he reached his peak already after one terrible season performance-wise.
It wasn't
The year before. He's still really young. He's on his 5th year. He's still technically a part of his rookie contract. Fuck the extension, you know? Like, he's still in his fucking rookie contract, basically. He's still a young, fresh quarterback. You know, yes, every year we get new quarterbacks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm not going to sit there and say someone already reached their peak after digression after one season. That's
so,
just
Bree, I don't disagree. I think what you say is solid, but this is the only thing I'm going to say, right? Even based off of what you said, because you're saying the first year he sat behind, the second year he did really great, and the third year, let's just say it balanced out.
Great as well, and then 4th year he didn't do as hot as he did the first 2 years he started.
Well, then it was the third year that he did the best.
Yeah, because that's when he went to the Super Bowl.
Right. Okay. Cool. The only thing I'm going to say is the year that he did his best, and last year he regressed. Some of the pieces. See, I know. What's dude name on the line that really protected him? He done lost pieces now. You know what? The fair thing to say is let's see how Jalen does this year.
Yeah, but we can get another Christian McCaffrey situation to where you're in a shitty organization with Saquon Barkley where you're injured all the fucking time, and then you go to a team that has pieces and ball the fuck out.
You telling me that he can't overcome the fact that he has? Are you saying? You saying
yeah,
that
like Saquon?
Okay,
We could see another. Yeah, we could see another situation like that.
Bro,
you know?
Hey, my guy is gonna be successful. Period.
Okay, I'm letting you know right now.
Hold on. My guy's gonna be successful. Period. I think that again Bree took it back all the way to his career. I'm taking it back to where the defensive coordinators and the changes. And you and I had this discussion last year. Jalen went from a rushing quarterback at one point to a passing quarterback, which led to the increase of the interceptions. Why was he doing? Right?
Frank did say he needs to throw the ball more, and when he did, he threw interceptions. He was learning.
My guy was throwing the ball more. And in the process of throwing the ball more, of course, he's going to have the interception because that's not what he was doing the previous 2 years. We had the change in OC, increase his shit, but in the process, he was still getting the ball to the 2 number ones. And in the process, when it came down to running the ball in the end zone, he was doing what he was doing. There was no digression in there except the adjustments that he was failing to make.
Well,
but in that same adjustment, he was still having success all the way around. Yes, it came with more interceptions. Yes, it came with breaking the record as a running back, as a rushing QB. Yes, it came with giving this guy 1,000 yards. Yes, it came with this guy giving 1,000 yards. Yes, it came with Swift having 1,000 yards too, right? Like
that's why you say somebody reached their peak. If they can't continue to grow.
What do you mean? The adjustment went from a quarterback that was not a pocket quarterback to was trying to be a pocket quarterback, and he still went 10-1 at one point. Shit, they still made the playoffs. They had the shittiest second half of the season and still made the playoffs. They didn't get to where they needed to be, but it's just that, right? Not to compare another team, but they had success. The adjustments failed. Even with the downfall of the second half of the season, they still made it to the damn playoffs. So we'll see how it goes with the new OC. We'll see how they adjust to the quarterback rather than they adjust to the OC and go from there.
So the Eagles got a new OC?
Yeah. Kellen Moore.
Okay. All right. So we are recording on July 16th at exactly 23:09 East Coast time. June brought up the OC. So what's going to happen is when James throws another 15 interceptions, when we're here next year, July 16th, having the same conversation, June's going to say, well, this year he had a new OC. Let me say
first year with this thingy.
I'm telling you
I'm going to say this, and then we're going to close out because we've been on this mug for over 2 hours. And I should have brought this topic
it's 11 o'clock at night for y'all. You guys,
yeah.
You guys are
I should have brought the topic sooner, and I didn't. But I won't make that mistake tomorrow on offsides. But here's what I'm going to say. In the history of the NFL, there's never been quarterback A and quarterback B. It's always been quarterback. So we'll see how the numbers stack up next year. If he does not get
Frank, you just contradict yourself so much. But okay.
How am I contradicting? There is no such thing. When you pull up the quarterback stat, so they have two quarterback?
No, I get what you're saying. Yes, I get it.
And the reason I say that, right, is because for me, I don't care. Clearly, the rushing does not matter when it comes to winning the trophy. It doesn't. It's what you can do in that pocket. You're a quarterback. His success and how many of those touchdowns were the tush push.
Can real fast, and we can close out right after this. So it doesn't need a response, what I'm about to say. Okay. But how many of those quarterbacks that's been to the Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl been to multiple Super Bowls?
We gotta look.
Almost every single one of them.
No, we gotta look because that's
almost every single quarterback on that list has been to at least 2 Super Bowls.
What, the top 5 or the ones that from 2010?
From that little paragraph or that little chart that said Super Bowl winning quarterbacks and their numbers, right?
Yeah, you can't say that because Brady's up there more.
Wait, where I'm getting with that, Frank, I said it didn't need a response.
No, you can't say that and not allow a response.
I'm getting with that is that where I'm getting with that is majority of them from 2010 has been to multiple Super Bowls, right? Where I'm getting, let me finish, right? Besides Aaron Rodgers, he went to 1 and won 1. Besides him, where I'm getting with that is the simple fact that Frank, and don't need a response, is that they've been to multiple, so they were able to learn. Maybe Jada can go to a second one, and quarterback B could win a Super Bowl rushing the quarterback as a quarterback position. But we don't know because he's only been one, and majority of them has been to multiple. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, so June, you go first. Let's close out.
You can't say that. You can't say that. I got the list right here.
We don't got it. We got to go, Frank. It's 11:11. It's 11:11.
No, you can't say that. We can end it. Oh, we gonna continue this next time we record because you can't say that.
Yes. We'll finish it next time we record. June, close us out.
Well, hey, all I'm gonna say is it was a good podcast today. I think it's been a while since we've done this. Frank, you said 2 months.
3 weeks.
Oh shit! It felt like 2 months.
June ain't been on it 2 months.
Hey, it felt like 2 months, but hey, good times. Good last week. We got to experience a real oven in Bakersfield. Let me tell you, I feel sorry for all these entrees that go on there. It was hot. And aside from that, the Eagles are winning the motherfucking Super Bowl. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I'll go next. So it's always a pleasure doing this with you guys. We have all 4 of us. I don't think we had all 4 of us in a while. So great discussions and stuff. I apologize for walking away. Last minute, like work emergency that just happened. But pleasure doing this. Hopefully more topics come. We have training camp that started for the rookies today, and tomorrow, and then veterans come on Thursday and Friday. So then we have the mini camps for fans to go watch, coming up soon. If you are around a NFL stadium or NFL team, I recommend going to a mini camp. They are super duper fun. Just watching them practice, but it's a great time. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all of our podcasts and all of our social medias.
Hey,
born in the USA. All right. So y'all knew I was at work, America. But it is what it is. I always enjoy coming on here. Obviously, I got on and I was like, oh, I miss some of them. I don't miss all of them. But yeah, I guess the next time. And the last time somebody said they were going to the Super Bowl, they didn't even make it all to postseason. So June just told us how the Eagles future looks this new season. All right, America, love y'all.
Hey, man. You reached his peak, y'all. Good night.